I'm Deborah Borchardt, and this is your midday market update. Well, most of the indices are flat to slightly down right now. Of course, we're just really treading water, waiting to hear from Janet Yellen, the new Fed chair. This is really her first time up to bat. And it seems like, even though we don't expect much to come out of this, the market's kind of in a wait-and-see mode today, right?
It is. The market is kind of holding on flat here. Somewhat surprising after the nice rally that we had yesterday. Usually we see a little bit of a sell-off, some profit-taking, especially with a little bit of the uncertainty that's coming out today. I think everyone's expecting for some more information, a little bit more transparency. Do we see, do they turn up the dial a little bit on tapering? Does that dollar amount go higher? Does it go by another 10 billion? Interest rates, what are we going to do with interest rates? Maybe we'll get some information on that. The unemployment target number that they've always used, do they tweak that? So I think that we're now 3 solid months into this year. Ms. Yellen has had plenty of time to really digest the office in which she's at and all the information. So we should be getting some pretty good information today.
She's really been coached, and when she talks, she just walks that middle line. She never really seems to say a whole lot in her answer. She gives an answer, but it never really tells us much. I mean, is that just going to be what we're going to get from her?
It's a pretty diverse room that's going to be there today with all the different reporters. So I think she's going to get hit by many different angles on some questions. Yes, she is very good at walking the line and making sure that she doesn't tip her hand too much. But I think at this point we might get a little peek as to what the thought process is and what we might see moving forward. I think holding the cards close to her chest has been a play that we've seen for a while, and people are getting frustrated with that. So a little information, a little of logic of what we're trying to see and what we're going to see moving forward would be helpful.
We're having another really low volume day here again, and we know that JP Morgan just sold the commodities business. With the financials, do we expect that this first quarter is just going to be a horror show? I mean, we have had a lot of IPOs. We have a lot more coming up. They will get that investment banking dollars, but are we expecting a bloodbath from these guys?
It's going to be interesting to see the numbers that come out from the financials because, yes, we have been slow. And historically, when you get into the new year, it is slow. But we're definitely seeing that the volumes have gotten a lot slower. But there's been a lot of other issues that have affected this. We've got Ukraine, other geopolitical issues, China, our own issues here in the United States. So there is some cause and effect that's there. Even from the investment banking side, that's been slow. I know the calendar is going to be is much more robust in the second and third quarters. First quarter deals haven't been too many. So I think it's going to be interesting to see not only the first quarter numbers, but what the forecast and outlook is moving forward, because I think they're going to have to tip their hands as to how much of that investment banking deals, when are they going to come to fruition.
All right, so there we go. We're going to keep our eye on that group as we keep seeing these low volume days. And of course, we're all waiting around to see what Ms. Yellen has to say. That is John Corpina from Meridian Equity Partners, and I'm Deborah Borchardt with The Street.